I'm Kyra Wagner here in Homer, Alaska. I work with an organization called Sustainable Homer. People, especially people that care about their community, will sign up for a lot of like MoveOn.org, political action kind of stuff. And a lot of that focuses on almost scare tactics or guilt tactics, you know, like you've got to go out now and save the polar bear. Well, are you going to save the polar bear today? You know, there's no deadline. You just feel guilty every day of your life that the polar bear is dying every time you drive your car. Oh, what are you doing? You know, so there's all of these layers of trying to get people to be active, but it's often based on guilt and fear. And so I started focusing this listserv on positive action and short-term activities. It sounds like fluff, but it has an amazing amount of positive feedback. And I keep the listserv to just a simple, like nothing more than about a page. So I'll have like activities happening that week and maybe something like kudos to this community member that's doing something. So just simply doing that, that's all I've done. I put up a web page too, so it's kind of visible. The restaurant owner got the Chamber of Commerce to adopt Sustainable Homer as a like one of their branches of economic development. So we have support from the Chamber, so I've worked with them a lot. The city still involves Sustainable Homer in a lot of their projects, like they put out an energy-wise forum this spring, and again, Sustainable Homer was involved with that. The arts community has asked Sustainable Homer to help out on different events where they wanted that sustainability theme, that positive, really what they're looking for is that positive vibe. Fascinatingly, it's developed, it's almost been a messaging campaign, like Homer, Image Homer. You know, this is what we're about. We love sustainability. We love positivity. The Chamber can use it to promote the businesses and the community for tourism and other things. And it's strictly a concept. It's not, I'm not like, I don't have a building. I don't have an office. I have a home office that I put my, my laptop in, you know, but it's just happy and it's just positive, and that's what people need right now because there's so much negativity and oh, the Dow Jones is down and we're at war. You know, there's so many things people can't, there's no solution for in your home. But if you can insulate, if you can make your car more efficient, if you can, you know, all of these things that you can do, you can go learn about your local ecology with your kids. You know, just a lot of it's community building and a lot of it's environmental, but it's across the board. I am amazed regularly how many people show up to Sustainable Homer promoted events. And it is, it's not negative. It's strictly the positivity. And judging by the feedback that I get, walking down the street, people I don't know will tell me how much they love the listserv. I've talked to people that said, oh, I was in a meeting the other day and they attacked the person who was doing their listserv and said, can't you do your listserv like Sustainable Homer's listserv? But part of that is I keep it short. You know, some newsletters you receive, Defenders of Wildlife, could be 3 pages long. One thing about the web is that a newsletter can stretch way beyond the length of your computer screen, so you think of it as 1 page. I type mine out old-fashioned. I work it out on Word and copy it into an email, and if it's longer than 1 page on Word, it doesn't make it into my email. So short, simple, happy, quick, so that fitting into today's lifestyles, somebody can be checking their email and instead of looking at the title of some action alert and thinking, oh gosh, what am I gonna have to take on now? You know, instead of having wait before they even open it, they'll know it's gonna be positive, so they'll look forward to opening it, and they know it won't take long. They know it won't eat up their whole day. They won't lose time reading it. So as sad as that may sound, that you need to be happy and short and brief, it's effective. I find myself donating tons of time and energy to projects that they don't understand messaging, they don't understand how to play around with the media or whatever. They have no technological savvy, so they don't even know what a web page is. So, for example, the Homer Farmers Market is incredible, and local food is totally a sustainability topic. So I've been promoting local food from the very beginning, and this year they asked me to just officially be their promoter. So we got a web page up, and we have a listserv out for a market newsletter, and just simple things like that, but wouldn't have occurred to them. And they even had funding for it, but they just didn't have any idea of how to go about doing it. So things like that, that is my passion, is to just get all of the positive stuff that could be out there. But it's just taken for granted that, well, we put a spot on the radio last Thursday, you didn't hear about it? You know, it's like, you gotta do more than that. It really regenerated me to be able to be active and do something for my community and feel like I'm having an effect. I can do something here. So the world's going to pot. I can do something here in my community, and I think that was really the impetus for me to go forth and do this. If you can make it as local as possible, make it as meaningful to that person as possible, and as brief, simple, this is what can happen if you do this. Positive, show the positive actions that could happen.